A lot of pentatonic playing sounds like, well, scales. You move up the shape, you move down the shape, and whilst that can sound good, it can also start to feel quite predictable. What really makes the pentatonic playing sound musical is when you start hearing chords and harmony that live inside the scale. So in this lesson, we're going to take a more musical approach to the pentatonic scale by exploring some of those triad and chord-like sounds that live inside the shape. And this is what really drives that melodic sound in this week's guitar lick. So for this lesson, I'm working out of position 1 of the A minor pentatonic, but it's certainly applicable to all other shapes. I'm just using this one because it's the one that's most familiar. So the idea is based on playing the first 3 notes of the scale, and then jumping over to the first note on the next string. So here we have the root, the flat third, the fourth, and then the flat 7. Now what's interesting here, these notes actually outline a chord-like sound within the pentatonic scale. So instead of thinking I'm playing a scale, you're now thinking I'm outlining harmony. And this is a much more musical way of approaching pentatonics. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this. So we start on the root of the scale, that's fret 5 on the low E string, and from here we're going to ascend up 3 notes through the scale shape. And from here we're then going to jump over to the first note on the next string. That gives us a 4-note pattern. So that's your root, your flat third, your fourth, and your flat 7. And if we let these notes ring into each other, we get a lovely chordal quality, and this is a great way of adding some texture to your solos in addition to all those single notes that you play. Okay, so we then repeat the idea, but now starting from the next note in the scale, and that's fret 8 on your low E string, that's your minor third, and from this note we're going to ascend up 3 notes again through the scale shape. But this time we're going to jump over to the second note on the next string because that first note on the next string has already been played. So we have, so that's your flat third, your fourth, your fifth, and your root. And ideally we want these notes to ring into each other just like the first pattern, but to do that we need to kind of reorder the fingers, and this shape is quite tricky. So that's my little finger, first finger, second finger, and then third finger. Okay, so now we have these 2 patterns. We're then going to just continue this approach all the way through the scale shape, and I'll play this nice and slow so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So for the lick itself, I'm not actually using the whole scale shape, only because those lower notes can sound a little bit muddy when you're soloing. So instead I just begin from the D string and apply those exact patterns we just went through. And now I finish the idea with a double stop, so that's sliding from fret 3 to 5 on the B and E string. Just jumping in here quickly, now you may not need this, but if you're after a bit more support from these videos, I've got tabs and backing tracks on my Patreon page. It's £3 a month, totally optional, but either way, thank you so much for being here. The link's in the description if you want it. Now you can actually apply this lick to all 5 pentatonic positions. It sounds really good. So let's see how that would look in our neighbouring position, position 2. what this does is it gives your playing structure. You're not just moving around the neck randomly, you're outlining musical shapes that live within inside the scale. And this will help your overall playing and musical awareness sound more intentional, more melodic, and more musical. And this concept is really what creates that melodic sound in this week's guitar lick. So let's hear that lick in context over a backing track. This one's in A minor at 60 beats per minute. So my goal tempo for this lick is 120 beats per minute. So let's hear that over a different track. And there we go, that's this week's guitar lick. Remember, the lick is just the example, the concept behind it is the real lesson. Now, if you want to dive just a little bit deeper into this, I've got full tabs and backing tracks over on my Patreon page. That's linked in the description. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe, maybe leave me a comment. I'd love to know how you got on. But until next time, have a lot of fun practicing this, and I'll see you very soon.